What's up, everybody? This is Ripples in Wales back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and having a great day wherever you are in the world and whatever you're doing. So I thought we'd do a super quick deep dive into Ross Vandermeer. I did a video on him a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to cover some of the similar things, but I wanted to make this video in entirety down to RV and to show you the do's and don'ts regarding this character and a little bit about him. Ross Vandermeer came into the space in 2018, 19 and 20. And he left a series of images which were incredibly informative, rather brilliant. He obviously had deep connections into the system and was able to peer around the curtain. Now, he posed himself as a British banker, which is very much in the theme as the Ripple Riddler. Same kind of bowler hat kind of style gentleman, spoke in a beautiful, English, traditionally English accent, and was very eloquent with his words. He wasn't some sort of brash young kid brandishing himself around. He had a very unique style to him that you'd know if you were from this part of the world. Anyway, he disappeared and he isn't back. There is an account, a fake account. I think I know who's running this. Another bad actor from the space. I can tell by the bullshit that is posted on here. That is not Ross Vandermeer in the slightest. Having been in the region when Ross Vandermeer was posted, I can tell you now, hand on heart, this is not the work of Ross Vandermeer. This is probably the work of Cugs and his usual 22 bullshit. Anyhow, this is not Cugs, but it's bullshit as usual. I can smell it a mile away. It has the same distinct flavour as everything else. Deception, mostly. Anyhow, let's move right back on. So, the way you can get your Ross Vandermeer video from that you'll want to watch today is XRP Riddler Archive. Very good little treasure trove of videos that was published a while ago. I'm going to try to download them all to my channel so that we can preserve them for future taxonomy and we can strip them apart. But in today, I would like to look at this particular one here. And as I told you all, it's very important to look at the thumbnails. They leave a great amount of information in the thumbnail. It's entitled Ross Vandermeer 2020 Farewell. Now, farewell can mean many things. Obviously, it means goodbye. It can mean the end of something. They're coming to a close. It means goodbye. And you can take it in many ways, but to dot connect around this, you have to kind of think of the bigger picture. We've talked about before about the great, what I would class is the great storm that's coming, that will end up washing out all the bad actors in the space before the institutional players are willing to step in down the line and pick up your digital assets. There's going to be a dramatic regulatory push this winter before the 2024 Bitcoin halving. They have timed it to perfection because they can't change the Bitcoin clock. It's now running, so they have to kind of work with it. And the on the thumbnail here, you've got the anonymous kind of character who's well known within the Guy Fawkes fraternity. So Anonymous adopted the face mask of said Guido Fawkes, or known as Guy Fawkes, who was the protagonist who tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament in England, which is the kind of the place where all the kings, well, it was the politicians of their time in the 1600s met to debate things in Britain. And they were unhappy with the status quo, who was James I at the time, and Guy Fawkes set up to blow up the Houses of Parliament with an assassination attempt on James I. Who was an illegitimate leader, I might add. Anyway, the timestamp is 5.5, so it gives you an idea to look at 10, which is obviously the month of October. I've told you many times that I expect funny things to happen in October, namely the burning down. We could probably bring up an image to show you all. I've mentioned many times on the main scenes that the Christmas scene, if we just bring this up, we've talked before on the calendar, September, October, we have on the level playing field here is right above this fire that's burning, and that has great significance when we're looking at the kind of the themes and the little tidbits of information that these insiders left us. There's going to be a great reckoning between in this period of time here, September, October, November, and December. In fact, this level playing field isn't going to be pretty by any means. It is also the time where things is going to be a great unwashing, a great vetting and filtering of the crypto space, and a great reckoning where stable coins and crypto assets are separated from cryptocurrencies, as I've mentioned in many of my videos. This is the real deal, and we're going to see some very, very extreme volatility, I presume. Anyway, October, number 10, is sat right in front of the fireplace here. So, without further ado, should we play some of this video? It will link directly back to these pictures I've got on the back here. I'm just going to show you who the real Ross Vandermeer is, not some puppet account controlled by a kid. We're going to have a look at this now, and we're going to play a little snippet. And this was left 3 years ago, I think in 2020 February. So we'll have a listen.
Most people have...
Oh, well, not before this advert, we won't. Give me a second. Right, buzz off.
Begin transmission. Today's date is February 6th, 2020. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It is about time. I, Ross Vandermeer, also known as Marvin Gaye, am leaving this one last message to you all. Before I take a step, please understand that I am not here to gain any credibility or popularity. It is your choice to accept my voice. Those who have ears will hear. Do you remember what I have been talking about all year long? The rise of digital economy and finance, cryptocurrencies, fall of old guards, fall of Bitcoin, rise of Phoenix, XRP standard economy, Brexit, gold and energy standard, national emergencies, mass arrests and indictments, trade deals, peace in Korean Peninsula, peace in Middle East, quantum technology, quantum financial system, stock market collapse, collapse of 2 or 3 major banks, and many more. Some of them already came to reality, but some of them did not yet. Time will tell. Everything is planned.
Pause. Right, pause. There's so much in there. Right, that whole first kind of part that he just laid out here, we can trace it straight back to these kind of the rise of digital economy and finance, the fall of the old guard, the fall of Bitcoin. The fall of Bitcoin can be traced to, I don't know, there's something in this scene that gives me the creeps about Bitcoin. I got this gavel above the green sock. I don't know, it could be completely wrong. Bitcoin is going to be brought in and reined in because it's been used by the dark elite. If you see the top diagram for my cursor, it's connected to that fraternity. It's also connected to the offshore embezzling of funds. It doesn't implicate either the Rothschilds or the British monarchy or those elites in that, but it does link the likes of JP Morgan, the likes of the Vatican Bank, I'm assuming, and anyway. So he says Brexit, national emergency, quantum financial system, quantum technology. That's the first 3 thumbnails at the top here. Collapse of 2 or 3 major banks and many more. Time will tell. Mass arrests and indictments. Look at my cursor. Okay, it's all his video is all about these images. Just to premise, this was the first image that came out before it was kind of reconciled into this more clear one down here, and this is the whole picture. And he was referring to all of his information in here. Okay, now there's so much going on in these. Peace in Korean Peninsula, peace in the Middle East. You know, BRICS, big connection to the Middle East. Collapse of 2 or 3 major banks and many more. Time will tell. This is the deep state in the Eurozone, the central banking systems and SWIFT that was in the middle. Okay? You notice also, he says the date was February the 18th. Was it 2020? Well, there's a 4-year delta on BG's work. currently revolving. So if you were to extrapolate that out, that would be February 2024. Okay, and I've told you that in the next 6 months, in my fields, anyway, this is not financial advice, but in my fields, moving from the September time now that we're moving into tomorrow, so 31st of August as I record this, if you're listening in the future, 2023. But if you extrapolate on the next 6 months, we're going to see huge changes as they roll this system out. Anyway, so we can see that there's massive connection to these two images, and he was referencing these images in his work, his final farewell video, his only video, I might add. Okay, so this is the only place you can get his video, and then you can connect it to all this information here. It's all in front of you. Let's go again.
A plan. Do you see what is happening around the world right now? Yes, something is not right. Is there anything right in our time? We are here to fix it. Change in structure is inevitable. We are at the point of no return. Donald Trump, President of the United States, our leader, has commenced his plan to take back sovereignty of America from Rothschild family and their army of central banks. They are in panic. They don't have any choices left. They will have to either surrender or face death.
Pause. Trump and the Rothschilds. Where do we see that? Trump, their leader, okay, and the Rothschild central banking army. And this is the picture that gave most of it away. You know, the central bankers all connect through the British monarchy or the British ruling class down to the Rothschilds and the Vatican. This was the old controlling paradigm, and their offshore banking systems of Andorra, Isle of Man, Iceland, Gibraltar, and I think I forget the bottom flag there. But anyway, that is the old system, and Trump was the one that started this. Now, if you go to look at Bonfire Guy's videos on YouTube, he is a genius. He connected the level playing field all the way back to Trump and Trump's rule. Okay, and what you're watching, I believe, is a theatre. Okay, they had to bring it to the public disclosure. This is so big and it's so bad that they had to kind of do this in a almost an 8-year window. It was too intense to break them in one go. You'd have had civil unrest. So they're doing it the slow way. The D-classes are clearing the slow way. All right, let's continue.
Just our leader, Donald Trump. 2020 will be the year the world will go upside down.
Pandemic.
Expect the unexpected. US-China trade deal was the first major distraction to cover up what is going on with unstable financial market. Then Fed repo, Trump impeachment hoax, Soleimani's death, Brexit, coronavirus. What will come next?
Right, pause there. You've got, let's bring this down a bit. You've got national emergency, which is coronavirus. You've got in this bottom window, you've got the fake impeachment occurring, and you've got all these criminals who are treasonous bastards who should be locked up and thrown away. Okay, and you've got this national emergency. This is how the deep state play their game. It is so complex, and they're still on their last legs. And so he said 2020, expect the unexpected. Let's continue.
What will bring down the current system? When will the biggest bubble in history pop? 2020, expect the unexpected. Reformation of old economy structure to new has begun and it's in progress. Many of
Sorry, I'm going to add one thing and interject there. 2020, 2 and 2 is 4, remember that. And so they could well also be referencing to 2024. I don't know, I'm not a numerology guy. I'm just going to leave that out there for you.
And those who are in power and fame already added digital assets, including mostly XRP, in their portfolio. Institutions, banks, hedge funds, exchanges, and other financial and biggest IT companies are looking to hold XRP in near future. XRP standard. Everything will be decentralized. Everything will be transparent. Everything will be interoperable. And everything will be watched.
And that's the key thing. The level playing field is 180 CDBCs that are created not in an Orwellian fashion, or whatever you want to call them, stablecoins, connected to a centralized ledger that is all watched and controlled. Okay? Everything will be watched. They're not going to play on their old money system now. This is why dollars are getting extracted from countries left, right and centre. They're going to move to a new monetary standard so the dark, satanic elite can't play their bloody games.
On one and only XRPL. AIIB is ready to fully embrace and launch their new reformed digital finance system, with help of HSBC. AIIB's new system is ready to implement it in governments, those who participate in China's Belt and Road Initiative and European Union.
Now, pause there. He's now talking about this image. He's shifted gears a little bit. So let's put this in the background. Hold on. So, I don't minimize this. AIIB. We've talked about this before, haven't we? AIIB is the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, and they've also got they're also running parallel to the New Development Bank. It may be that both these things get used. Remember, this was created 3 years ago. He isn't wrong. He told you HSBC is going to be involved. Okay, and AIIB is the connection to the Silk Road 2.0. Okay, the Asian Investment Infrastructure Bank is going to funding all the BRICS nations' developments. Okay, they don't need to use the IMF and World Bank anymore. They've got their own central bank here. They've got their own central bank of central banks with this AIB and New Development Bank. That's what he's saying. This is a shift from west to east, a power move. Okay, let's continue.
It will be connected indirectly to World Bank, IMF, and United Nations.
AIB will be connected indirectly to World Bank, IMF, and United Nations. Okay, how?
We'll know how. Gold and energy standard economy. We will witness the return of gold standard economy in our lifetime, near future, with energy and XRP-backed system. Why did central banks purchase tons of golds for last few years? Why did JP Morgan have been buying up tons of silver for last few years? They know. They know Trump is going to change the financial system forever. Central banks will no more take advantage on us. Level playing field is ready.
There you go, level playing field is ready. What did I talk to you about? 180 CDBCs all operated on a central ledger. That is the level playing field.
Transparency is here. In other words, everything will be monitored. Everything will be in control. Piece by piece. Donald Trump declared US is independent from Middle Eastern oil. We have shale. Oil is an important factor in gold energy standard economy. Why do you think Donald Trump declared such thing?
This is amazing. Okay, he's telling you that oil is important in an energy standard. What have we just witnessed? We've witnessed the death of the petrodollar. Okay, but he's then linking the fact that each country can have its own oil reserves backing its own country's economy. Okay, and not just oil or its mineral wealth. Each country will have its own tally or basket, like an SDR basket of its own system. So it isn't reliant on one currency to kind of pass the liquidity around the planet or base the country's wealth on a basket of dollars.
Gold is not enough to back current economy. That's why we need energy resource to back the new system with gold. We will start with energy-backed economy.
Interesting.
Then gold will come along. And XRP is ready to provide liquidity to both. Timing is everything.
Do you notice that? XRP will provide liquidity to both. This is if your understanding needs to expand on XRP. It's not a token for bloody retail. It is a liquidity providing token for wholesale use, for global lifting. It is just to move things around. Consider it as a minibus, moving and shuttling value around to any corner of the planet in any time and space for 1,000th of a penny in 3 seconds and faster. You ain't seen nothing yet.
We've only got one shot. The time is near. The biggest wealth transfer in our history is in front of our eyes. There is no turning back. There is no point of return. Make America great again. Keep America great again. I am Marvin Gaye. Expect us. End transmission.
And there you have it. That's a beauty. There's so much gold in there, but you can see how he links it all to his 3 major pictures. There is one more as well, but this was one that came out before. Please feel free to screen capture these. This was how the offshore embezzling occurred of the British monarchy or the British ruling class elite and the Vatican officials. Dieu mon droit means to God and my right, which is connected to the Illuminati, and this is how they embezzled their gold in these offshore locations, it seems, or maybe they had holding tanks, and these countries seem to have been shackled to the old ruling class, and I think that the Rothschilds were involved. On the top right here, you've got the old Bitcoin against gold, and they were trying to replace gold with Bitcoin. This is a really interesting picture, but you see that the XRP is greater than Bitcoin, which equals gold. And you've got some amazing stuff where you can depict most of this. Hence, the battle between gold and XRP here is through these lot. So we know who the creators of Bitcoin are. Yeah, you can pseudonymously imagine it, or rather maybe not the creators, but we can extrapolate and go. They took control, or they created something to move something around. I can't see what's in his hand there. It's Bitcoin. Yeah. Interesting, isn't it? This one image I need to do a deep dive on just alone. Anyhow, wanted a couple of tiny tweets by RV. I've got I'll extrapolate this out bigger for you all so you can see what's what. Maybe we can do that way. No, will that work? Maybe that way. I only want to bring... Yeah, this is the tweet that I want to show. Look at the top of the right. All of us already knew banks will adopt their favourite digital asset XRP this year. Not 21, 22 or 23, but 2024. See how the 2 and 2 are used for 4? They leave things. XRP will soar high like wings and eagles. A giant leap of sudden change there already. He's saying to you, 2024 and it's left at 11.35. Always pay attention to that. It could be classed as 8th, 11th, I don't know, but November, I've told you, is a very, very interesting time. So there's a few tweets that you can have a look at. These are all Ross. So yeah, and this is by Babapoko. This is not by Russell. I'll say it for the last time. Do you hear me? Whether you believe or not, XRP is going to 2K by 2020. Right, okay. 2K, if you understand how these things are done. K is 13th alphabet. Oh, sorry. K is the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. It's 11th. So 211 is 22. So $22 by 2020. It's not $2,000, as you've been told by many people in the community. And I'm sure that you've had tons of clickbait and your dopamine levels have been enticed by those kind of levels. Do not expect the price to go to $2,000 in 2024. Anyway. There is loads of tweets we can go over here on a complete breakdown of Ross Vandermeer's work. There are some interesting ones where he did talk about high figures. Mr. Capitalist, this was a very interesting one. Dreams, yeah, that was it, yeah. Actually, it goes back to one before that. Hold on, bear with me. Where is that one? Let's get rid of that. Okay, I think it's the one before that. This is the interesting one. So, and this is Marvin Gaye, the actual Marvin Gaye account, who was also Ross Vandermeer. Marvin G0526. It would be nice if we knew exact time frame of upcoming events. Every plan gets changed and delayed, no matter what. But do not worry, the plan still exists. Time to let my balloon go higher to higher, dark to light, first price then law. That's where that saying came from. It was Marvin Gaye. He was also Ross Vandermeer. You mean XRP at double or triple digits? Marvin Gaye put only. And then this Mr. Capitalist, who I've tried to trace down many times. Okay, 4 digits. I did actually trace him down, by the way. Dreams have no limits, Mr. Capitalist. If you're happy with 4 digits, there you go. Always think about your loved ones and have a good, wise exit plan, but do not leave completely. As in this year, I'd be happy to tell you if I knew the exact date, Mr. Capitalist. Well, this year, big possibility, all up to global events and politics. See, it's all political. One thing I'm sure about is they are ready. If I'm right, we haven't much time left. And that continues on. I'd be happy to tell you if I knew the exact date, Mr. Capitalist. Well, maybe this year, big possibility. We don't have much time left. Please do not trust a stranger; it can hurt you. And he puts that premise in there. So yeah, he goes on. You can read these and screen capture them if you want. Some of these really great tweets that he put out. I've screen captured all of them. I have a file of them, as you can imagine. There's other ones. That was the good one from Ripple. A simple goal of making XRP the world's reserve digital currency. Isn't that beautiful? Anyway, I need to keep America great again with 2K by 2020. So 2024, and he's talking about $22. The end is coming. BTC. There's so many. I could do an actual deep dive on just these actually tweets, couldn't I? But that's pretty much it. I haven't got a huge more for you, but I hope that's a great full kind of covering of Ross Vandermeer's video, his only video, and the connection to these other images. This is a kind of a high level dot connecting, it's not your sufficient level. Please do not trust this account. I believe this is BS, and I got a funny feeling who we know is behind it. And we'll leave it at that. This is my Twitter profile. Please smash the like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. There's not many of you that actually subscribe that are watching the video, I've noticed. Subscribe, it's easy, it doesn't cost you anything. And drop a comment, let me know what you thought of the deep dives. I'll be really interested to know anyway. We can go back and forth in the comments. Hopefully you guys can pull more layers off that I missed. If you want me to go over anything again, give me a shout and we'll do that. Anyhow, I hope that's been valuable for you. Have a wonderful day, whatever you're doing. See you in the next video, and be blessed.